It is I. It is I, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, everybody? MasterBoris is back with another stream. I'm over here, back on this stream. We're going to chat. We're going to talk about some different topics here. And it's up! It's up with me. Yeah, man, my bad I ain't streamed last week, man. Life be lifing. And plus, I'm taking care of myself, you know. I'm not stressed over my content not getting where it needs to be anymore. It's just whatever for me. I do this for fun anyway. But it's a bonus, it's a plus that more people are coming into this channel and supporting my content for what it is. Like I said, I'm a variety channel. I don't have no gimmicks or no niche. You know what I'm saying? My mic is echoing? No, it's not. I have reverb on it. This is on purpose, CG Khan. And thank y'all for tuning in on the YouTube side of the game. Twitch, I gave up on y'all, but I'm streaming it on Twitch anyway. But yeah, this is on purpose. It's just reverb. For those that saying on the chat that I'm echoing, no, this is on purpose. I want y'all to hear me. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to hear me. But yeah, we here. We are here. But like I said, this is a variety channel. I've always been about variety. You know, throughout my whole YouTube, you know what I'm saying, career, whatever, I've mostly been about gaming and talk about different stuff of gaming. But I'm talking about doing commentary on relationships, now celebrities now, and you know, different stuff that I want to talk to y'all about and spread awareness of things that y'all need to know, especially, you know, the black community. You know what I'm saying? And give y'all my insights and my 2 cents on certain things that I talk about here on this channel. But yeah, for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. For those of you that are watching the VOD of this, the archives, welcome. Explore this channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I got plenty of content. And hopefully you enjoy it. But yeah, let's get started on the stream. Now, there is a particular, you know, well, not particular, but, you know, it's multiple people telling me about Tekken 8 Season 3. And I'm like, what do y'all want me to say? What do you want me to say? That I told you so? I cannot believe you Tekken communities. Oh yeah, and we're gonna roast. We're gonna do a little roast on the Western FGC, the North American FGC, and Western gamers tonight. Yeah, we're starting that now. Actually, if you thought that Season 3 of Tekken 8 was going to change anything substantial to make the game better, you are a big fool. You are. Let me cut this off real quick. Let me cut the echo off because I want y'all to hear what I said clearly. Okay, there we go. It's up. Yeah. For those of you thinking that Tekken 8 Season 3 was going to change anything drastic or substantial for the better, change for the better, you're a big fool. You played yourself. Wear your clown mask right now. I just don't know about this community, man. I don't know why y'all keep falling for the okey doke. And I told y'all that it's over with for Tekken 8. Move on. Let's see what's in store in Tekken 9. Let's see what's in store in other fighting games you never played. How about that? For me, per se, I've played a lot of fighting games. 3D fighting games is my favorites. I can play some 2D now, but 3D is what I prefer the most. And I'm very, very good at. And a lot of these Tekken community guys, man, they don't want to let Tekken go. They don't want to try anything new because they'll bring down the viewers. Because you probably gonna be bitching and complaining, doom and gloom, and posting, all your online matches of Tekken 8 and just complain all day how bad the game is or what type of BS you're going through within the game with certain characters that you fight. I mean, it's cool and all, but you're gonna have to expand your horizons. Because Virtua Fighter 6 is coming, DOA 7 is coming, and I'm pretty sure those games are going to be probably a PlayStation 6 exclusive. Maybe. Next gen for sure, but I don't know about PS6 exclusives, but it's going to be on there. You need to do it. You need to explore different fighting games, man. I'm not even going to try to make fun of y'all for trying different fighting games. Don't care about, don't even care about what other people say. Just try it and try to get good at it, man. You might like it. Because, I ain't going to lie to you. I did make fun of some Tekken players try to play Virtua Fighter. It was the most hilarious thing I ever watched, man. Like, for example, I watched Fighting GM try to play Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. And he playing the game like he never played a fighting game before in his life. It was hilarious, man. But you can learn how to play the game and be good at it. But Virtua Fighter is no picnic. And that game only has 3 buttons. And that game is hard to master. You know what I'm saying? Like, stick to the character that you like and just master it. Like, you will get good in no time. Especially you're playing with players that that are better than you. There's no combat mechanics, no power crush, none of that BS and all that. No, it's just you. And and the thing is, I'm gonna get off of Tekken now. I'm gonna roast the Western gamers in a minute. It's over. Like, they're not taking heat away. It's gonna be part of the game in Tekken 8. Just hope that in Tekken 9 they won't have the heat system in that game, and hopefully they won't have Soul Calibur animation properties where freaking I seen a video where Lars does, I think it's down 1 or down 2. I don't know Lars moveset by heart, but and Kazuya was like flipping around like he was a freaking dodgeball or something. Like, well, like what is this animation? It just looks stupid. They're making stupid animations. Like it's crazy in the hood. It's just dumb animations. I don't like it. And y'all really thought when I posted that video about season 3, back to basics, oh, I'm excited. That was a troll thumbnail. Y'all really think I'm excited about a female Yoshimitsu, a fat blob, and a kangaroo coming in Tekken 8? I don't like none of these characters. I mean, I could deal with Kunimitsu, but I don't like Bob or Roger Jr. What? Guys, like I said before, I have not played Tekken 8. The game is not even installed on my PlayStation 5. I have not played Tekken 8 since the end of season 1. I'm serious when I tell y'all this. And again, like, this channel right here wasn't going to be the way it is, like how it is today. It was going to be nothing but Tekken 8 videos originally. Everything else was just filler, waiting up to the point. But I don't like the game, guys. So if I don't like the game, I'm not going to play it at all. Worst Tekken ever made. And this probably the least amount of hours I spent on a Tekken game, period. Before this game, it was probably Tekken 4. probably Tekken 4. I spent the least amount of hours playing, before Tekken 8 came out. But yeah, dude, it's done. It's cooked. Like, try something else. Try a better fighting game than Tekken 8, because these modern fighting games. Listen, I haven't really been in the fighting game spirit lately. I did play Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, but that freaking rollback netcode is just ass, bro. Like, there's some stuff that I'm losing to I shouldn't be losing to, and like I get really tight about that because the online does not work in your favor. Like, when you try to react to something and it's coming, it don't even you get hit. It's like you can't block while it's online, especially you playing with a connection that's over 100 ms. Like, man, no. But I definitely gonna play Fatal Fury City of the Wolves again. It's just, I've been on an RPG and shooting grind, man. I've been on my RPGs, and I've been on RPG games that I've missed that I never played before, and I got a list for y'all that I'm probably gonna be posting on my Twitter about it. But I've been on an RPG grind and shooters. I haven't really been playing fighting games like that. But yeah, again, I told you so, guys, about Tekken 8. Like, y'all really thought that Nakatsu was gonna bring it in season 3. That's the person that's gonna ruin Tekken. He already ruined Soul Calibur, so he's gonna ruin Tekken 8. He already ruined Soul Calibur 6. But Soul Calibur 6 can be redeemed, bro. You need to go back to that, because the Soul Calibur team is making Tekken 8 for what it is, and they're trying to make it where there is Soul Calibur properties within the fighting. No, it's not Tekken, bro. Just go ahead and make Soul Calibur 7 and let the old school team continue to make Tekken 8, or just skip all the DLC altogether and just continue to make Tekken 9 for the next gen consoles for the PlayStation 6. Okay. And that's enough for me talking about Tekken 8, because one, I don't play that game anymore. I don't think I don't have the will to play it again. You know what I'm saying? And this is probably the only Tekken game I feel like I don't have the will. I don't have nothing to prove. Well, really nothing to prove in the first place in any online fighting games of today. But just simple fact, man. I will be dreading, trying to play Tekken 8 now. And so if I don't like something, I'm not gonna play it. But yeah, a lot of American FGC, the Western gamers, prove as of late that they are fraudulent when it comes down to these games. They always want stuff for free. They don't want to pay. They're not real consumers, y'all. And I think Japan picked that up. They picked that up about you guys. But, if it ain't you, what I'm saying, then, don't worry about it. But I'm talking to most of you Western gamers, and I'm going to include the Western FGC, what I'm saying. But if it don't apply to you, let it fly. But I'm talking to the ones that, I'm going to trigger in this stream, and I don't care. Because y'all need to hear this. Y'all lack accountability with these games that y'all playing, these fighting games that y'all playing, or single player games that y'all playing. Y'all want these games to hold your hand all the time and do the work for you. Y'all really want pretty much AI to help you beat a game, which that's crazy sauce to me. You just have no sense of problem solving. Y'all don't want to problem solve. Y'all don't want to sharpen your mind, your mental state, your mental capacity while you play certain games. Because that's what, video game do. It's supposed to sharpen your mental. There's patterns, there's repetitions of doing things. Whatever games you playing, sports, racing, puzzles, action adventure, fighting games. It all sharpens your mental, but there's things called a balance patch, which everybody seems to rely on, and you suck if you rely on balance patches. I'm just here to tell you that you suck. You suck. You're ass. And that's the problem with, these Western gamers. We don't hold people. We don't tell the other player you're ass. You can't beat me. Everybody want to be on some kumbaya and go against the grain when it comes down to these games, or just bitch and complain about nothing. Some of these gamers probably not even buying these games. Some of these gamers are not really gamers. They're just fake ass journalists that just want to complain when it doesn't fit their political beliefs or ideology. Those are the ones that are mostly talking. The most asinine takes of all time when it comes down to video games. You suck. I'm here to tell you that you suck. You know what I mean? You lack the concept of time. You lack the concept of nuances. You lack the concept of accountability. You lack the concept of just problem solving. And don't want to expand your horizons. You just want to just play Fortnite and Minecraft. That's it. And buy your way to victory using, in-game currency. Well, you got to buy the currency with your real money. And just do that. That's the cheat code now. Remember we had cheat codes back in the game? Game Shark, Game Genie, all that. No, the cheat code is using your credit card or cash to win or to skip a level. You know how crazy that sounds? Or get the ending since you don't feel like beating it. Or there's another cheat code. Oh yeah. Watch the whole single player game on YouTube and not experience it for yourself. Not to see if you like it. You just want to just follow, what people saying and become their echo chamber and then believe what they saying without you trying it on your own. You suck. You know what I'm saying? You suck. You Western gamers suck. And y'all gonna bitch about $10. And yeah, I'm talking about the FGC too. Y'all gonna bitch about $10 to watch a pay-per-view at Capcom Cup. You stingy as hell. It was gonna be $45, and they was leading it to reduced it to 10. So y'all tripping about $10 of watching a Capcom sponsored tournament pay-per-view. You draw the line on Capcom Cup pay-per-view. You didn't draw the line of microtransactions, DLCs on games, Netflix subscriptions, HBO subscriptions, Paramount Plus subscriptions, Disney Plus subscriptions, Twitch subs, OnlyFans, and giving money to girls you're never going to smash anyway. But you draw the line on Capcom Cup pay-per-view for $10. Y'all talking like it was $100. If you broke, just say that. Get your money up. I know the economy is bad, but there's a will and there is a way to get that dough. You got to do something, But how hypocritical are you to tell Capcom Cup, no, that's not right. But you buy $10 more or more in everything else and learn from it. And yeah, I am going to talk about Capcom Cup 12 and my experience watching it after I'm done with this shame, this smackdown, this roast for Western gamers, because they need it. Majority of you need this because this is apparent that you Western gamers suck. It's gotten to the point now, and don't take this as a slight, ladies, that the female gamers are more competitive than the men as of right now. Like, they want to go outside and travel and play any game they want to play competitively, or just stream it on Twitch and just beat the game, and playing also retros. Even though this is a male dominated activity, a hobby, the chicks are stepping up. And that's sad. You freaking Western gamers are pussy. It got to the point the women are stepping up. You know what I'm saying? And I already did a video about, women that game, you know what I'm saying? Or the question that women are ruining video games. And the answer is yes and no. And I already did a video about that. But in actuality, no. But I digress. But yeah, y'all gonna let these girls surpass you? Because I'm seeing chicks being a completionist, getting trophies on these PlayStation games in real time. You know what I'm saying? Because I be watching some of these streamers in my own time when I have time. And some of these girls, man, like just flipping through channels, and some of these girls are playing games, bro. Like, they actually grinding and enjoying them as they play. And I'm talking about, they're not doing it for attention and showing like, skin and cleavage just to get attention. No, they actually really playing video games, bro. And they'll probably whoop your ass in shooters or fighting it, whatever. Because you don't have what it takes. Like, the problem with men today is y'all don't have no self-confidence. That's in general. That's not just about video gaming. Y'all too scared to fail. Y'all too scared to fail. Or don't want to try it at all because you think you will fail. Well, you're going to fail multiple times. But you winning and succeeding on something will be worth more than the failure. Trust me, I know. You gotta understand that, because nowadays these Western gamers are the Gen Z. So I'm talking to all of y'all. But like I said, if it don't apply to you, let it fly. But if it does apply, hopefully you're offended by this. I really do. Because you really need to hear this. You need to persevere games, try out new things, and just be relentless with it. Have a sense of confidence within yourself. Not just gaming, just life in general, whatever you want to do. But yeah, FGC bitching about Capcom Cup, $10, bro. Like I said, y'all not real consumers for real, bro. The only time y'all consume like games is if y'all play to win. And nowadays, gamers today are using games. They're not playing and enjoying games. They're using games for content. I had to stop that. Me personally, I had to stop using games and play games for what it is and enjoy them. That's why I don't make gaming content like that anymore. But don't. Or, I don't, like I said, I wasn't even streaming, last week. I don't even know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. Because I like to enjoy my peace and what I got going on. Because things are getting a little hectic for me right now. I'm getting some motion right now. But when it comes down to real life, but yeah, y'all just need to grasp the concept of time, the concept of accountability, the concept of problem solving, instead of cheating your way out of it. And what I mean by cheating your way out of it, I mean piracy. That's why a PC master race is a thing. An underlying racial tone, I might add. Gamers don't want to buy nothing, mostly Caucasians. They just want to, hack and mod, you know what I'm saying, and get these games for free without paying for it. That's why they was like, yeah, when does it come out on PC so you can pirate it? Like back in the day in the PS2 era, Xbox, GameCube era, the gaming industry was probably almost under because of piracy. Yeah. I'm surprised the gaming industry is up right now. Because people did so much damage of not buying these certain games, making the revenue of video game copies be lower than usual. That's due to piracy. And y'all still doing it, trying to get games on PC for free. Don't want to get a PS5. Y'all still on PS4, and your PS4 sound like a freaking old motor in your car when you play a high fidelity game that can't handle 60 frames per second. Y'all suck. All of you suck. You gamers suck. Now, back in my time, I don't want to sound old, but back in my time, subject on fighting games, for an example. You play a fighting game, a character is OP, and it's hard to beat because how the character is, We be like, okay, we're going to come up with a strategy. We're going to come up with something, or we're going to use a character that can beat that character because they're, bad matches for each character, you know what I'm saying? Like every character has a bad matchup against a certain character. We do that, you know what I'm saying? We play that against that character until we get it right to the point where I can beat this character that's overpowered and broken easily. Takes some work, but it gets the job done. That's my time. Whereas today, these fighting game players of today, it's about, where's the balance patches? Where are the balance patches? I can't wait till you get nerfed. Shut up, bitch. Stop sounding like a bitch and play the freaking game and adapt. God dang it, man. Like, bump this balance patch stuff. I told y'all before, man. I don't like it. But that's what you get if you want fighting games to be esports. Be careful what you wish for, because that's bound to happen. Now, I can understand games like team-based games like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals having that type of thing, but fighting games where you have to hold yourself accountable and not blame others because you're not on the team, because you're playing a fighting game. You're playing a 1v1 versus fighting game. Having buffs and nerfs of each character every 2 to 3 months. What? Because that's what you rely on? That's what keeps the game fresh? Let me tell you something about that. That don't keep no game fresh. By you just giving characters new moves and nerfing them and buffing them. No, it doesn't. That's an illusion, okay? You know what keeps a fighting game fresh? Making sequels. And it seems like, with all this DLC and microtransaction in these fighting games, there's no point in making sequels. Because it's really getting revenue out, off of those type of things. But that's how you make a game fresh. Making sequels. Okay? Tekken, for an example. We had 3 Tekken games on PlayStation 1. 3 Tekken games. PS2. 3 Tekken games. Tag 1, 4, 5. PS3. 5DR. Tekken 6. Tag 2. And if you can count the free-to-play online, which you can't play anymore, Tekken Revolution. 4 Tekken games on PS3. Or the other, consoles in that generation. 4 Tekken games. And here come PS4. 1. Tekken 7. And Tekken 8 for the current generation PS5. And that's probably going to be it. We're not going to have no Tekken 9 on PS5. We're probably going to have it on PS6 more than anything. Now you see what consolidation gets y'all, fighting game fans? Lackluster product. Like Capcom, they too scared to make another Power Stone, Star Gladiator, another Darkstalkers. Capcom had all these fighting game franchises. But they sticking with Street Fighter because that's what works. A lot of these gaming developers are going to make and continue to make games that sells. They're no longer making games that they can experiment on. Because corporate is a bitch. I want you to understand that. Now, Capcom is doing good as a company. Look, the Resident Evil joint is fire. But when it comes out of fighting games, that's the Street Fighter. That's all you're going to get. And maybe Capcom versus SNK 3. Maybe another Marvel versus Capcom. But Street Fighter, that's it. For here on out. Like, they cannot come out with different fighting games at the same time like they used to in the 90s. They don't want to do that. They want to do stuff that sells. Same with Bandai Namco. Arc System Works is kind of doing it. They got multiple fighting games at once. I mean, Dragon Ball Fighters is still alive. They're doing the Marvel Tokon. Guilty Gear Stripe. So Arc System Works pretty much is leading the fighting game genre, if you ask me. And then Capcom. Don't get me started on SNK. Because that's just sad. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, again, Western gamers, Western FGC players, you need to do better for yourself as a gamer and persevere and be relentless. Be willing to learn and be willing to know and to, grasp the concept of time and accountability and problem solving. And that's what I'm going to talk about in my project that I'm working on right now. For the youngsters out there. That's probably on the fence of gaming in general, but don't worry, I got you back. But yeah, but as of right now, you Western gamers suck. You suck. Now I can understand you don't like the business practices of gaming, but if you only just play Fortnite and Call of Duty Warzone and NBA 2K26 ball and gun, you are ball and gun gamers, then of course it's gonna suck. You should see my library. I haven't even scratched the surface. And they talking about PS5 don't have no games. I'm looking at a lot of games I haven't played yet. And yes, it has a lot of games. You might not care about them. You might not even know about them. But at least try something new for yourself. That's with everything, not just video games. You might like it. And that's the thing. Y'all don't want to try. Y'all want to expand your horizons. Fighting game community. North American fighting game community. You got to do better too. Like when I was going to tournament events, I got tired of smelling y'all. Y'all smell bad. Y'all smell like dying eggs and a decomposed dog. Why y'all don't take baths? You need to take a bath, bitch. Take a bath. Why is the FGC not sponsored by Febreze and soap brands, bro? Like, you think you gonna get some hoes and you stink? That's the problem. Y'all don't get no hoes. Y'all socially awkward. Y'all have no people skills. All y'all know is to do a 90% combo. Y'all don't know how to talk to nobody. Y'all parasocial. Like you have no game. Like the low self-esteem is astronomically bad with y'all. And y'all want to cheat. Y'all want to pay to win in tournaments and y'all still losing. They dumb these fighting games down for y'all and y'all still losing. Japan did it for you. And y'all still losing. You right, still losing. You right. There should have been a lot of USA players at top 8 at Capcom Cup. It was none. Again, y'all not resilient. Y'all talking about support your locals, grassroots. Y'all don't even know nothing about grassroots. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, man. You know what's truly grassroots? The arcade scene, which we don't have anymore. Not in here like that in America. That's grassroots fighting games. Complaining about esports. When y'all wanted this whole time, y'all want to win some money, right? $1 million on the pot, but then y'all want to put it. Y'all don't want to put it in the work. Y'all don't want to put no money up. So we're opting out this Capcom Cup. Now, if y'all would have put some money up, the prize would have probably been more than what they was giving y'all. Now y'all finally get it to where you can win $1 million by playing fighting games. Y'all still want to bitch and complain? This is what y'all wanted. And then some things had to be sacrificed, you know? But don't sacrifice your dignity, though. That's one thing. You got to put the sacrifice. You got to put the money up. If you talking about help the FGC grow, y'all don't want to see it grow. Y'all don't want to see it grow. You half-ass want to see shit grow. You're not contributing to nothing. Nothing at all. Like, do better for yourself. Like I said, most of y'all stink. And need to take a bath and wash your ass. You scaring the girls away, man. Some of the girls be stinking too. Wash your ass, bitch. Like, dang. It don't make no sense, man. You coming out the house smelling like that, stinking asses. Have some pride about yourself. Like, be clean, man. Like, man, like, come on. I got tired of that when I went to an event. Like, every single event I went to in the FGC, there's always like 10 people or more smell like shit. Like, grow up, man. But for the most part, I do like the scene itself, but not the scene that is current today. You gotta step up as players, man. Y'all talking about community this, community that, but y'all ain't doing nothing community wise. As of late, you ain't trying to go outside and train and go meet with your friends and play at a certain station, at a certain, venue. Don't travel for your locals. Y'all just want to stay at home, play online. You know what I'm saying? And thinking you're the best fighting game player in the world online. But when you go to Evo, you go 0-2 every year. How is that? I don't care if you're number one on the leaderboards. You ain't shit. I could beat you in my worst day. Okay? These modern fighting games, the skill ceiling just went down. Anybody can win. Because all the mechanics that's in that fighting game. Tekken 8, anybody can win. Your grandma can beat you in Tekken 8 if you show her the basics and the combat mechanics. Okay? If you don't know how to play Tekken by now with Tekken 8, I don't know what to tell you. This is the easiest Tekken game ever. Easy. But yeah, Western gamers and FGC, do better to persevere physical media, buying these games that you want. Now, you can't listen. You got to be picky with these games that you want. You know what I'm saying? And try out. Buy something that you're really going to play. And figure that out. Have the concept of problem solving. That's what games is about. Problem solving. How you going to solve a certain level or puzzle or a certain fighting game, to be better at. Or clear things that you want to clear in the game. All I'm saying from this roast/rant, do better. Be better. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all stink. Y'all out of shape. Y'all don't work out. Y'all eat the most unhealthiest foods. Your breaths be stinking in the process. You don't take baths. You sleep with your fight stick as a pillow. You don't be in the greatest environments. You ride the coattails of top players, you know what I'm saying, and kiss their ass so you can stay with them. Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot before, like, I was into the whole, I guess, mainstream FGC events, but I was mostly underground. When I was underground playing fighting games competitively and for money, for lunch money, I didn't see none of that until, went out to tournaments and branch out to be into the well-known scenes in the FGC, I guess. mainstream, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. You Western gamers got to do better as gamers, or it's going to die, and it's dying now. Other countries, they don't got this problem. Japan don't really have this problem. It's starting to, like, go down a little bit, but it's starting to go back up, especially after Resident Evil 9 came out and other games that they like over there. But United States, I think y'all beyond saving, if you ask me. But I'm just telling you what's up and how I feel about you. Button check that. But yeah, that was my take, my roast rant on the Western gamers and the Western FGC gamers in North America. I'm gonna move on to something else because I'm tired. Since we on the fighting games, let's talk about Capcom Cup. Since I mentioned it earlier. Well, I give it a 7 out of 10 of the viewing experience. I did view it on the Battle Hub. At first, it was a little rocky, getting kicked out of servers. When I do see the stream, audio desyncs. But I'll say by the time... Who did Fudo fight? I forgot who Fudo fought. He fought against somebody. I can't remember. Was it MNRD? I think it wasn't MNRD. But when Fudo was fighting, it started to get better. It started to get better. Now, the people that complain about the Battle Hub, because it probably didn't work for them, they probably didn't see it at all. I'm here to tell you something. It's probably your internet, because, like, I even faced it people in the Battle Hub that has 1 bar connection on Wi-Fi. No wonder you couldn't see it, because your internet is ass. See what I'm talking about? The concept of accountability. Of course you're not going to be able to see it correctly. Like, your internet sucks. How can I play you 1 bar and you on Wi-Fi? Of course it's going to be a bad viewing experience for you. Like, dang. Yeah, other than that, I was going for Fudo and Sahara takes it. So, let me get this straight. Y'all let a young Fortnite player beat y'all in your own game? Y'all let a Valorant, Call of Duty, Apex Legends player take the gold in Capcom Cup 12, 2026. How do y'all let this happen? Y'all play this fighting game every day. I don't understand how y'all losing. And yes, I'm talking to the American FGC again. "21 years old. He is living the good life, man." How much money he won? $2 million? Man. Again, there was no American players at top 8 in the singles Capcom Cup. I didn't care about the teams. I didn't care. I knew Team Reject was going to win anyway. I didn't even bother to try to watch it. But But as I was told by a friend of mine, if Tokido didn't win his match, I think Team Reject would have lost. And then he told me Daigo was the weakest link. Daigo need to retire, bro. You lost to Chris Tatarian? Really, Daigo? Chris Tatarian? No, don't get me wrong, bro. I don't know Chris Tatarian can of paint. Chris Tatarian is a great player. Don't get me wrong. But Daigo. Yeah, man, it's time to hang it up, dog. Like you're really not in a competitive mode, man. You look lazy, you look tired. Not really tired. You just look like you just don't care. Like it's time for you to retire and pass the torch for these young cats that you're training in Street Fighter right now, teaching them how to play. Be a dojo master or something, Daigo, because you're showing that your age is getting the best of you, and you shouldn't let your age get the best of you, because we have players that are older than you that can still whoop ass in fighting games. But here's the thing, though. Daigo is very limited. He only plays Street Fighter. You know what I noticed? And I said this to myself for a long time. For an example, Fudo and Tokido, right? And Itabashi Zangief. Oh, I got to talk about Itabashi Zangief real quick. He threw that match. I saw he threw that match. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, he played with his food against that guy, kills you. And kills you even admitted that he was scared of Itabashi Zangief. He was scared. Like, Itabashi, you had him cornered. You mentally destroyed him. To the point where he was scared to press a button against your Zangief. And you just let him win? It was so obvious. It was so obvious. Like, you stopped putting your foot on the gas on his ass. You was like up 3-0. He come back. It was 3-3. And then all of a sudden it's like 5-3, 5-4, I think. I hate for y'all have to wait 2 weeks to watch. That's crazy, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy, Capcom. You gonna have these people wait 2 weeks to watch instead of... See, this is what Capcom need to do if they're gonna do this again next year. Stream it on YouTube, but you have to become a member of the Capcom YouTube page. Just like you become a member of any other YouTube page y'all follow, you got to become a member to watch Capcom Cup. Or, like, do it on Spawn again. But I would recommend streaming it on YouTube, Capcom, so everybody can watch it and support you. That, you know, and if they want to support the pay-per-view, they're going to have to become a member of the YouTube channel. That's what Capcom got to do next year if they want to do a pay-per-view again. But anyway, like, Itabashi Zangief had killed you cornered. Like, if I put my foot on the gas and I know mentally I destroyed my opponent to the point where he's just trying to figure things out to beat me, I'm not taking my foot off the gas. I'm taking no prisoners, bro. Especially if $2 million is on the line. $1 million on the line, whatever the prize pool was. I'm not stopping, you know, putting on brakes. I'm going to still put my foot up on the gas. If I know I can beat you. If I figure you out in your game plan, it's over with. I am not taking my foot off the gas. But yeah, he did that. And he pretty much gave that match away, bro. Single elimination, which I like, because when I went to tournaments back in the day when I was a kid, it was single elimination. I didn't know nothing about double elimination losers bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, you play first 2, 3, and if you the loser, that's it. See you next time. But yeah, Capcom Cup was straight. Sahara won. His ed is different. And back to what I was saying earlier about Itabashi, Zangief, Fudo, Tokido. They played multiple fighting games. And I noticed the people that came from knowing and they're really good at playing Virtua Fighter or KOF or any SNK fighters, they tend to be better Street Fighter players. Like, if you play those games, Virtua Fighter or any SNK fighter, they tend to be better Street Fighter players because they've seen this before. Street Fighter is slow to some of these Virtua Fighter and KOF players. It's easy to them. And that's what Daigo lacks. He doesn't have range. You know how actors have certain ranges in their acting? With gamers, we have range too. And Daigo doesn't have that much range when it comes down to fighting games. He just rely on Street Fighter. Yeah, I remember he played Guilty Gear X2 because he retired playing Street Fighter due to KO beating him in Third Strike. You know what I'm saying? He did play Darkstalkers before that. Before the Street Fighter joints. But he just stuck with Street Fighter most of his competitive days. He never really, I never seen Daigo play Tekken or Blaze Blue or Virtua Fighter or Kings of Fighters. So, you can probably say that Daigo is overrated. He's a great player, but as of late, as of today, bro, you letting your age get the best of you. You're letting your age slow you down. You can't let your age do that. You gotta go back in the gym and exercise and keep your mental sharp. Cause that ain't it, man. You eating all these meat buns, man. Gaining weight, man. Eating junk food, bro. That's gonna make you a little lazy. You're gonna have some sugar crashes. Eating all that darn unhealthy sugar foods. And that helps, man. And plus, it helps me too. Like working out, got my own gym in my house. You know what I'm saying? Exercising, reading, and clearing your mental, bro. Like it really helps. It really helps on your physical activities that you want to do, especially in gaming. Like you gotta work out. And only few people in the FGC do that. So, But yeah, like I said, 7 out of 10 on the viewing experience. I just hopefully, next year Capcom will take my advice and do it on YouTube. But if you want it behind the paywall, let the people that watch on YouTube become a member. That's it. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other channel. Like, become a member of YouTube, with different, tiers and emotes and stuff like that. Capcom, you should do that. You should consider it for next year's Capcom Cup. But yeah. I'm going to talk about something else now, and I'm going to wrap this up. Yeah. So I did a video about Michael B. Jordan winning the Oscar. And in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure everybody can agree with me on this, that he deserved the Oscar. He do. Like, what actor was like doing what he was doing last year that deserve an Oscar, you know what I'm saying, as best actor? Besides him. How he threw down on Sinners. I can't think of anybody. Then again, I'm not a movie buff like I used to. So, because a lot of movies today are like, whatever. But yeah, he deserved it. However, let me tell you something about these award shows, man. Don't let these awards define you or seek validation from it. You use that and appreciate that as a bonus of your contributions, of your work, of your craft. You know, don't let it be the end all be all for the upcoming actors or the current actors that are stars now. And also, I just feel, going back to the Oscars, Center should have won Best Picture, which that's the nomination that mattered. One battle after another won. I haven't seen the movie, but I want to check it out and see if it's Oscar worthy that it beats Sinners for Best Picture. So, correct me if I'm wrong. So, Sinners was nominated at the Oscars this past weekend 16 times, and they only won 4 awards. Huh. See, that's the thing, man. They don't want to give Ryan Coogler, like they'll give you something, but don't let it go over your head, because you know how racial it gets, you know what I'm saying? And then again, I just hope Michael B. Jordan didn't do nothing strange, man. I just hope he didn't do nothing strange to get the accolades he deserved to get due to his work and craft, man. Because, let me tell you something. Some of these award shows, most of them are fake anyway. Some of these people that, go to these award shows and win, know they're going to win before they even get there to the show. Okay? Before they even get to the red carpet. They know they're going to win beforehand. They'll get calls like, hey, you got to come to this, award show. We're going to have you win 5-6 awards. Come through. And they come through. And then they have to act surprised that they won. But they already knew they was going to win. I don't know if that's the case for Michael B. Jordan or any other actor that won at the Oscars this past weekend, but it's actually mostly the case. Like, you think Beyonce was going to show up to the Grammys that year when she won for the Best Country Album? You think she wouldn't have showed up if she wasn't going to win? No. Okay, she wasn't going to show up to no Grammys if she knew she wasn't going to win. See, a lot of certain these celebrities know they're going to win or lose due to the committee, due to the people that's behind the scenes of these award shows, this entertainment. It's not about you, the fans. It was never about you. I hope you know this. It's about what they want to win. They choose, not you. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop. I'm pretty sure, especially the black community, stop letting these award shows be the end all be all and have these awards validate us. You shouldn't let award to validate you. It should be a bonus for your contributions and a symbol for your hard work, and not let it go. You know what I'm saying. Not get a big head. Not letting it define you as an artist. Just something that, hey, I got it. I'm proud of myself, but I'm not going to let it define me. But I just hope these actors, man, they don't have to do none of these weird rituals to get in certain things in order. But 9 times out of 10, they do. They got to play the game. It's like you got to play the game in order to get what you want. And that's why I'm not in the entertainment business. I could be. I know how talented I am, but I'm not going to lose my morals and pretty much my sanity for fame and fortune. I don't want the world, but some people do. And some celebrities, man, that you look up to, they probably not even right in the head, man. And y'all believe some of the things they be saying. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying, some. Like, there is some, entertainers that's not really like huge stars. They like C, B, and they can probably do a good job. Well, they be doing a good job on their craft, whatever it is, acting, singing, dancing, any types of entertainment. And you're wondering why they're not bigger than what they got going on now. Why they're not bigger stars? Because they probably don't want to sell out. They're just content with $50,000 here on a TV show or on a movie or something. And they don't want to go for the big bucks like that because of certain things they probably have to do. Initiations and whatnot and rituals. I really hope that's not the case for Michael B. Jordan, though. But something tells me it might be so. Hopefully I'm wrong. Because, man, he just seemed like, like a regular guy just enjoying stuff. Like, he went on an In-N-Out burger joint after his win at the Oscars, bro. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? So, I just hope the best for him, I don't like to assume the worst for other people, I don't like that. But when you hear certain stories and you witness certain things that it ain't all cracked up to be, you start thinking about the worst first, then what's better for other people, man. But yeah, just letting y'all know, like, take these award shows in general as a grain of salt. I don't even think people watch award shows these days, man, because they know what it is. They know what I'm talking about here. But yeah, man, well-deserved Oscar on his part. It's well-deserved. But yeah, said what I said. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this up, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the stream. Thank y'all for tuning in. For those of you that watched the the VOD, I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, I would like to have more of an audience for the YouTube side of the game. Twitch, I really don't care. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Twitch, man. Twitch Twitch is dying anyway. Like it's not the same, bro. You know, I will say IRL streaming is starting to fall off, which I'm glad. We can get back to what Twitch was supposed to be, gaming and making a community with your chat and all that. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with Twitch, y'all. Maybe I should get a TikTok and stream on there too. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, time to go, fellas and fellettes. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.